I bet you'd never guess where we're going today. It's time for our first episode of Book Witch Taty Video Diary. I really wish that wasn't an actual challenge to do. I'm excited, but I'm also scared. I don't have enough books in my romance. Hello and welcome to a book shopping video, specifically with the goal of finding some spooky reads for the upcoming spooky season. So horror, thriller, monster romance, whatever we can find, that is the goal for today. Hopefully we will stick to the plan and not go too off track with other things. I'm really excited. Hopefully you guys are too, and hopefully we find some good reads. Hopefully you. So let's get to it. Okay, we are here and I am in the fantasy section because I wanted to check it out before the place got busy. We're gonna look around and see if I can find any spooky fantasies. I don't think we're gonna get anything from this section, but maybe. Okay, found the horror section. Obviously, if we're looking for spooky books, this is the place to be. So I'm gonna see if I can find anything by POC authors, because that would be nice to have as well. I really wish that wasn't an actual challenge to do, but sometimes it is. Looks like I've just accepted the awkward cringe of filming in public. There's not too many people here though. Romance. I actually think we're gonna find some fun stuff here. And I feel like I don't have enough books in my romance collection, so I ain't mad at getting more. We have a lot of fantasy at home that I need to read, but not enough romance. So let's see if I can find some good spooky, fun, fall or horror themed ones. Though I guess horror isn't the right thing to say unless I'm looking for like dark romance, which I don't think I want to do. I think I want to focus on fun and silly, like Zom rom-com. I don't even know, but I'm actually a fan of Olivia Dade, so this might go in the basket. I actually really want to get this, but it doesn't fit our theme. Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonam Young. We got some lost limb representation. That's always nice. I always love covers like this. They're just so silly. I low-key want it just for the cover. My favorite things about shopping at something like a bookstore is being able to find books that I wouldn't otherwise know about because they're just not in the mainstream. So I got some of those and I'm excited to share. This is going to be a pretty hefty haul. I'm gonna spend a pretty penny, but I'm treating myself because birthday slash spooky season. Oh God, this is gonna hurt the wallet. At this point, I was kind of surprised at just how much time I can spend in a single bookstore, just walking around and browsing things and just enjoying the entire atmosphere. Because normally I buy a lot of books online so that I can get them very cheap. And when I go up to the city to go to indie bookstores, I'm usually trying to go to as many as I can because it's kind of a trek to go all the way down there as I'm not as close to it as I would like. So usually I'm in one, out, and then on to the next one. So this was actually a really nice experience to just chill, hang out, and walk around, flip through books, look at stuff that I hadn't seen before, and really enjoy being around something that I love so much. Highly recommend it. Now, you probably have noticed there wasn't a ton of spooky things out. I did go before spooky season officially started, so even though there were plenty of horror and spooky books for me to get, there weren't as many fun displays to add to the mix of things, but it was still a success, as you'll see during the book haul portion of the video, which is basically next. So I guess let's buy these books and head out. Do you mind if I film myself? I'm so excited about these. Really? Oh, I'm excited. I was surprised seeing that she was in the horror section. Thank you. Thank you. That was awkward, but she was really nice. I did some damage and now people are showing up. So I need to get out of here. Okay, so we're home. If you hear any noise on the side, it's the kittens. They're going wild, but hopefully we can get through this because there's so much to share. I'm actually going to start off with some spooky decor so that we can set the mood and then we can jump into the books. I got some cute fall candles. Then next up, I got a cute ghosty spooky mug. Got a hazelnut milky cappuccino. Absolutely delish. Now let's get to the books because there's so many. Oh my goodness. This is exciting, honestly, but also embarrassing because your girl's got a problem. Okay, so our first book is the one that we gravitated towards right off the bat, The Dead Take a Train. And this is by Cassandra Call and Richard Cadry. And it says on the back that it's a strange, visceral urban fantasy with a horror bent. V. Schwab loved it. And then it says the best-selling authors have teamed up to deliver a dark new story with magic, monsters, and mayhem, perfect for fans of unhinged eldritch horror. And I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. That sounds great. I know Cassandra Caw is a POC author, so that does fit one of the challenges or goals that we had for today. And it's horror, which definitely fits our main goal of getting spooky season books. The next one is The Only Purple House in Town by Anne Agri. This is more of a cozy, happy monster found family sort of situation where our main character is the only one in her family who doesn't have it together, and she ends up inheriting this house and she wants to turn it into a B&B, but that fails. So then she ends up renting it out to a bunch of monsters and stuff in the town, and it becomes this, I don't know, found family sort of situation that I think will be really cute. Then this one, I don't know why it was in the spooky section. I think it's just because of the other book that this author wrote. I got it because of the buy one, get one 50% off. So this one is Heartstrings by Ivy Fairbanks, who also wrote Morbidly Yours, which I wanted to get, but I wasn't able to find it. We have our main character who doesn't believe in second chances because she survived cancer and she was all like, life is too short to spend it on someone who's wronged you. But I guess her love interest is determined to show her that life is best spent together. So he's trying to get them back together and she's trying to move on. And apparently it's going to be cute. Hopefully. I'm not a huge fan of second chance romance, but I don't know. Hopefully it works out. Anyway, back on track. We then have Kiss and Spell. So this is by Celestine Martin, and she's done a bunch of books like this. I almost got a couple of them, but I was like, I've never read from her before, so let me see if she's my vibe, and if so, I'll probably get more in like this series. But this one, it says falling in love can be a witch, which is adorable. And we have characters who want fairy tale endings go to get their fortune told. There's a prince who's a fae prince and not a good one. And then there's like a whole fairy godmother, but it's like a cute fairy tale vibe, which I think is great. Then we have Zom Rom-Com by Olivia Dade. I really enjoy her books in general, so I don't know anything about this, but I picked it up anyway. It says teaming up with your neighbor during a zombie outbreak is a no-brainer, but if it turns out he's a vampire, the stakes couldn't be higher in this infectious new paranormal romance. Yeah, that's my vibe. Okay, then on to some more of the straight horror. I ended up picking up When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. I've really enjoyed the other works of his that I've read so far. Mary, absolute favorite. And then even Nestlings was pretty good, so I figured no-brainer to pick up the next book that he has since I've been such a fan. And this one says, one night Jess, a struggling actress, finds a 5-year-old runaway hiding in the bushes outside her apartment. After a violent, bloody encounter with the boy's father, she and the boy find themselves running for their lives. And it seems werewolfy. So I don't know if that's true, but I get those vibes. Okay. Then we have a bunch that I just didn't know anything about. So Supplication by Noor Abi Nakul. It says, everything I was before the room is gone. This seems like a surreal sort of situation. And like the whole back, it tells you nothing and everything at the same time. I feel like it's going to be one of those books where like it's mostly in the mind. I don't know, we'll see. So it says, a thought had presented itself to me, one that I was scared to think. I knew I had touched something I wasn't supposed to, something that no one was supposed to touch. Now I knew the impossible, terrible truth of things. I had stumbled into a room hidden behind a false panel where there lay something secret and obscure, the sight of which would irrevocably change the viewer. Dum, dum, dum. Okay, so we have that. Then this one, I knew nothing about, haven't heard anybody talk about it. One of Our Kind by Nicola Yoon. What? I'm excited. And the cashier was like, yeah, it was really good. It was real messed up. One of the most messed up things she's read. So this one says, basically a Black family, I believe, moves into the Black utopia of Liberty, California, hoping to find a community of like-minded people where their 6-year-old son can thrive. Liberty is a place of expensive homes, an all-Black police force, and statues of their heroes. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and W.E. Du Bois. I guess the husband settles in, embracing all that is this little town, but the wife is struggling to find her place. She expected to find other liberals and social justice activists, but Liberty residents seem more focused on living the good life and ignoring the world's troubles. Why won't any of her neighbors talk about the recent police brutality in LA? Is it strange that her husband's friends have begun to shave off their locks and their afros? And what happened to the family that lived in the house before them? It's a satire about resistance, trauma, community, and the Black experience in America. I'm excited, but I'm also scared. And then last but not least, a fun, silly 3 bags full by Leonie Swan. It's a sheep detective story, and it says, something is not right with George the shepherd. His sheep have gathered around him outside the cozy Irish village to assess the situation. George has cared for the sheep, reading them books every night, and now he lies pinned to the ground with a spade. His flock, far savvier about the workings of the human mind than your average sheep, set out to find George's killer, led by Miss Maple, the smartest sheep in Glenkill and possibly the world. Her team of investigators include Othello, who was rescued from the Dublin Zoo, Mopple the whale, who is always hungry and remembers everything, and Zora, an existential ewe, just to name a few. Together, the sheep discuss the crime late into the night, and their speculations vary wildly. Determined to unravel the mystery, they embark on the furtive mission into the village where they encounter a hoofful of 2-leg suspects. So I love silly, goofy books, and this seems like it's going to fit the bill. So those are all of the getting into spooky season books that I got. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you will be seeing some of these in future videos as well, but we also have some fun reading vlogs and all of that planned out. So stay tuned for that. Check out my last video, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, bye! Can't forget you!